Welcome to PR Like a Boss, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of PR, media wins, and brand building strategies with some of the best in the industry. I'm your host, Patz, and today's episode is an exciting one. I'm joined by Pauline Paterson, the co-founder of Dr. PAWPAW, a brand that started as a passion project and has now become a global beauty phenomenon. If you've ever wondered how to take a brand from kitchen table to cult favourite, this episode is packed with golden business and PR insights. Pauline, welcome to the show.
Hi, Patz. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, this is super exciting. So, Pauline, let's take it back to the beginning. Dr. PAWPAW was born out of a personal need, but it quickly became something much bigger. Can you tell us how you and your husband turned this idea into a reality? Basically, take us back to the early days.
So really, we started the brand because my daughter, as a baby, got eczema quite bad on her arms. And we took her to our local GP, and the only thing that they would recommend for her was to put steroid cream. And because of my hairdressing background, I knew that putting steroid cream was quite a harsh chemical, especially on 6-month-old baby delicate skin. So I started looking for a natural alternative. And because I was born in Australia, we grew up with the pawpaw fruit, also known as the papaya fruit over here, for those that don't know. And really, it's got the same qualities and healing properties as aloe vera. So if you think about how good, aloe vera is, well, the pawpaw is just as good. And I had an Australian product that had pawpaw in it, and I used it on her and it worked. We then tried to bring the Australian brand over, but they didn't want to export to us, and they still don't export over here, actually. So that's when we said, right, this is too good. This product is too good. We need to make it widely available for everybody. It's the only thing that's fixing our daughter's eczema. So then we started then in the production of it, really. And it took us from light bulb moment to actually launching almost 2 years. And then we kind of started just with one product as well. We just started with our one original balm hero product. So our original balm is 11 years old, but the rest of the range has kind of evolved and grown over that 10 years.
Can you remember your first big PR win and how that happened?
Yes, our first PR win, which we've still actually got the photograph screenshots of, was when the beauty editors at Glamour, so Alex Steiner, who's a really famous beauty guru, Sarah Jossel as well, who at the time was her beauty assistant, but now is the editor for the Sunday Times Style. They both had us on their desk, and it was literally kind of like a snapshot of their desks. And, before beauty editors would be like, oh, these are my favorite products. This is what I'm using now. It was literally just a candid shot of them taking a photograph of working on something. And we were literally in Alex Steiner's pen pot and Sarah Jossel's as well. And that was organic. And of course, we plastered that everywhere, all over socials. Again, back then we could say, as used by the beauty editors of this, and again, they were happy to endorse it because it was true. They'd taken a photo of it on their desks without a lot of that, so much paid work, I would say. It was a lot more organic back in those days. And how we got it into it, again, was just mass send-outs. We sent product to every beauty editor of every magazine in the whole of the UK. And again, whether it was a newspaper supplement or it was Glamour, Vogue, we sent it to everybody.
How did you balance organic PR efforts with paid marketing in the beginning?
I mean, in the beginning, like I said, we sent it out to everybody. We weren't just trying to be, picky or necessarily exclusive, because our whole brand ethos was about inclusivity, accessibility, because again, we were finding it hard to get that product over. So straight away, we're like, right, we want to make this accessible. We want to price ourselves accessibly, affordably, so we can really help as many people as possible. So we were very much just sending out our product to lots of people, and that did get us organic range from it as well. Then it was bloggers as well. So they were like sort of searching for products to evaluate and review, rather than them having to go to Superdrug or Boots and buy a load of products and then review it. So they were actually hungry for it as much as we were hungry for for the reviews as well. So it really was like a hand in hand place. But then definitely as times have evolved and now people have literally left their jobs to make this their career, then absolutely we do respect that people do need to be paid for their work. I would say it's evolved into that. It certainly wasn't the norm back then.
Yeah, yeah. I've been in the industry for over 20 years and I remember those old school days for sure. Building brand awareness from scratch can be challenging at the best of times, and PR can play such a key role. Was there a specific press moment or celebrity endorsement that truly skyrocketed the brand apart from the whole amazing glamour piece?
Yes, we've actually had quite a few organic celebrity pieces. We had Victoria Beckham on a podcast, even though she's got her own makeup line. She was asked the question, what's your favourite drugstore product? And she said Dr. PAWPAW, which was, it was like just amazing, absolutely amazing. We've had people like Alicia Keys say that we're her desert island must-have. Amazing. We've got Emma Watson very early on when she was leaving Harry Potter and starting her own career. They said, what's always in your handbag? And she said a tube of Dr. PAWPAW. And that was, we've had so many moments like that where celebrities have been interviewed and genuinely said, this is the product I don't leave home without, whether they're the face of Dior or they've got their own makeup range. That really is worth its weight in gold. And how we've done that is because I think we always gifted and supplied makeup artists as well. Coming from the trade world, like of hairdressing and beauty, we knew that makeup artists were using this product because it's such a multitasking product. They've got so much in their kit bags. They really want to sort of try and sort of streamline it when they can. So a product like the PAWPAW balm that they can use on anything and everything, and that so many usages, we knew it was a win for them. So we were always supplying them. There's no way we'd get Victoria Beckham's address to send it to her. A makeup artist must have used it on her and done it. And again, later down the line, we did actually meet Emma Watson's makeup artist, and she said, all through Harry Potter, that's what she was using on all of the casts. So again, Emma Watson kind of grew up with us. So once she was out on her own, she's like, it's always in my handbag.
Love that. That's fantastic. PR in the beauty industry is its own beast, and there are influencers, media placements, events, press trips, and now there are various social media platforms shaking things up. What's been the most effective strategies for growing Dr. PAWPAW's reputation?
I would have to say it's probably the collaborations that we've done, particularly this year, because I think, again, say for the last 8 years, we've grown our fan base by kind of growing our fan base, if that makes sense, by snowballing it. But I think the first one was the Percy Pig collaboration we did, and especially because they put us in M&S food. So we almost reached a whole different audience, like Percy Pig fans, people shopping in M&S food that aren't necessarily following beauty influencers or following, the beauty world, because maybe they're more foodies, or say like, mums buying for like a kid's, Percy Pig themed birthday party, that kind of thing. I think that collaboration really opened up the door, like I said, to a completely new non-beauty specific fan base. And so that really started it. And we'd kind of already completed the deal when then we started on Wicked. And I think our collaboration with Wicked, the film, and Wicked 2, again, that's opened us up to all of the theatre fans, because again, Wicked literally has its own super fan base from the theatre world, because the theatre world has been going on for however many years. So Wicked has been on for how many years, and also in America, because it's been on Broadway for how many years. So again, that's really opened up another whole fan base in America and here that, again, they might not necessarily follow the beauty influencers or read the beauty pages in a magazine. So definitely collaborations. That really has been a real game changer for us.
Oh, very clever. And also, like you say, it's broadening that reach. Amazing. How do
Yeah.
you decide which influencers and brand collaborations align with your values?
Well, that's exactly it. They have to have the same values as us. We do a lot of investigation, say particularly into influencers. We look at what they've posted before. We look at their fan base. We don't take any decision lightly because, again, it could literally just take sort of one moment, unfortunately, one mistake to destroy somebody. So we don't take it lightly. We really do investigate. They really have to have the same values as us, definitely being kind on their page, being inclusive, also being vegan and a form of naturality. They don't have to be 100% naturality, but they have to have some kind of a form of that and being environmentally friendly and just all of those ethics that base us really help us to kind of say narrow down who we would like to work with and possibly who we wouldn't. But it definitely takes time and investigation to make sure we are making the right decision.
Oh, I can imagine. And this kind of takes me on to the next question quite nicely. Have there been any PR challenges or crisis moments within this time of Dr. Pawpaw, and how did you navigate them?
Yeah, definitely. We actually got duped or copied by a massive retailer, and they even sent out a press release to loads of beauty journalists and beauty influencers saying we are the new Dr. Pawpaw dupe.
Wow.
They literally had photos of our products saying, and it was our big tube. So they're saying, this costs $7.99, our one costs $1.99, buy us, try us, review us. And it actually went out to beauty journalists and influencers to rate it, to review it and rate it. And what was amazing with that was we were like, oh my God, this is a massive company. Well, I'm going to say it was Aldi.
I
And in
remember it
our
well.
mind, yes. And in our mind, we were like, oh my God, M&S has just tried to sue Aldi for Colin the Caterpillar and lost.
That's it.
Like,
Yes, I remember that too.
M&S, what are we going to do?
Aldi are very naughty.
I know, but I can't believe M&S lost. Like, how did they lose that?
know.
Colin is iconic, like Percy.
Yes.
But literally, it was that was going on literally the same time, and they did this. But what was amazing was, I mean, when it happened, we were like, oh my God, this is really going to affect us, And we were really worried, and we went straight to our solicitors. We're like, what can we do? What can we get them on? And again, their advice was literally like, how deep are your pockets? Do you really want to take them on? And we're like, well, no, we clearly can't afford to, and we don't want to go bankrupt doing it either. So then we just brainstormed, right, what are we going to do? And then as that was happening, we actually started getting comments from some of our beauty influencers that we had worked with before saying, oh my God, this is terrible. How dare they do this to you? Your ingredients are far superior to theirs. And actually, to be fair, that's how we found out that they were doing it, because obviously they didn't send us a press release, but we had beauty journalists contacting us going, look at what they're doing, you should sue. That's everyone's initial response to it. So the community was actually coming to us saying, look at what they've done, isn't this disgusting? So then what ended up happening was, because we went back to the journalists and the influencers that said, oh, this is disgusting, look at their ingredients list, how dare they call them, because again, we're 100% natural and vegan, and I think they were using like paraffin wax, which is basically the wax in a candle, So anyway, they started reviewing it and saying how bad it was compared to how good ours was. Yeah. And the fact that, one of them went to TK Maxx, and actually you can get it for $2.99 in TK Maxx. So what are they even talking about? This $7.99. So it completely backfired on them, like completely. And then because we started getting this, we're like, right, let's look at who they have targeted. And so then we actually sent our product out, because some of the people that on there that had been reviewing it, we hadn't had a relationship with, and we didn't know. So we're like, right, let's go to them on social media, say, look, would you actually like to try us and actually give us a fair review? And they were like, yeah, bring it on. And so then we were actually sending them out our product, and they were like, oh yeah, God, there's like no comparison. This is, so all of the reviews, our existing community, and then we got more community. We're like, yeah, we don't know what they're on about. There's no comparison. Like, 'cause ours was better.
And I think also what's important to stress here is the relationships that you have with
Mm.
influencers and journalists that, they came together for you. I think it's amazing. On the flip side, every brand has a few lessons learned along the way. Have there been any PR tactics you've tried that just didn't work or didn't deliver the results you expected?
I think with this, I think sometimes it's very hard to judge your ROI, which is like your return on investment. I think that, sort of when we do collaboration, either, sort of with a magazine or with an influencer, and you say this is where you can get us, for example, with Superdrug, or anything like that, then I think sometimes it's hard to necessarily get an exact, sort of figure on return of investment. So it's always sort of hard to judge what maybe has been a failure and what hasn't. I mean, even again with our underground advertising as well, because we've done a lot of advertising on the tube, and also we did on London buses over the Christmas period. Again, it's really hard to know who that affects and what it doesn't. The closest thing that we know is if we put, say, like we said, Superdrug on there and we see the Superdrug sales increase, you could think, okay, well, was that due to the advertising or was that just because it was Christmas? So it's quite hard. But what I would say is, don't get yourself hung up on it, because again, it's almost like all PR is good PR, all advertising is good advertising. Somebody's going to see that ad that has never heard of you before. Somebody's going to see that influencer post that has never seen you before. There is no way everybody in the UK or knows us. There is absolutely no way. So whilst you might think, is it worth it? Is there a failure? What's my ROI? I'm not going to do it unless there's an ROI. Then, you might sort of be shooting yourself in the foot, really, because everybody's going to see something. You're always going to get, something new. Yes, okay, if it's really, really expensive, then it's harder to justify. But I really don't think that there are that many failures. Just maybe money better spent. But you're always going to pick up new people, I think.
Well, that's part of growing awareness. It's those building blocks and just constantly building them up and building them up to gain more brand awareness.
Yes.
A lot of my listeners are founders, they're experts, PR pros and brand builders. And I know they'd love some actionable tips. Let's talk about how smaller brands can use PR without a massive budget. What advice would you give to those who don't necessarily have a big PR budget?
I think the number one thing is you just have to get your product into as many people's hands as possible. So if it's the decision, say, between, I don't know, taking out an advert or, again, possibly paying an influencer or sampling, I think sampling is always better. Definitely always better. Again, we're fortunate in the beauty world where we have beauty boxes. But again, for food, you have sort of food boxes or, things like that. But, or anywhere that you could possibly do a gift with purchase, or sampling, to me, is the best way, because once people try you, then they will naturally start almost PRing you for themselves. Even if they're just telling their other mum friends, or even if they're just telling their friends about you, or their husband, or their work colleagues, or their kids, like any PR like that, I think it's worth its weight in gold. So I definitely think getting your product into as many hands as possible is where I would put my money, rather than, say, possibly paid advertising, especially at the start. You kind of need a bit of both. I also think as well now is, don't underestimate micro influencers. So the influencers that, again, maybe don't have 1 million followers, those budgets, are very expensive and well worth it as well, because they are in demand and they have created, well, they've got 1 million people listening to them, so to speak. So, they are worthy of those big budgets. But if you can't afford it, then don't aim for that. Aim for more micro influencers, because again, it'll be like that hand in hand, like what we were. They'll be hungry for you because they're trying to build up your reviews. And then also, if you can offer a discount code as well, so that they're making money on the amount of sales, and you can actually see your sales as well.
Mhm.
Definitely moving towards that kind of retainer is a more cost effective way when you haven't, say, got a couple of thousand to spend on one post. Trying to do that affiliate links, and they get a discount and things like that is a really good way, because then you're literally only paying for what you're getting, so they don't get
Yeah.
paid unless they sell. I think that's a really good strategy. And then, the other thing as well is to try and possibly do, if you can, trade shows or other shows, like when you're doing a pop-up stand. Some of the events that we've done that have proved really popular before is like Stylist Live.
Yep.
Stylist Live does a mix of, food, fashion, jewelry, home care,
Oh, it's great. I
beauty.
love it.
Yeah, all under one roof as well. You've also got Beauty Beat as well, which again is a bit more
Mhm.
beauty focused. But again, if you can spend your money on something like that, again, you're literally reaching to the audience that will buy for it, and then that money will come in to hopefully then spend on the more, what I would say, luxurious PRs. So yeah, that's what I would say. I would say definitely sampling, micro influencers and affiliates, and then trying to get out there and get a little pop-up store somewhere, so you're actually talking to the general public.
I love that. Such great tips there.
Oh, thank
We
you.
touched on relationships. Relationships are crucial in our industry. How do you maintain relationships with journalists and influencers over time?
I still think there's nothing like face to face. Um, you know,
100%.
yeah, there's nothing like face to face, to actually get them around a table, having a chat, a conversation with them. We can give them products. They can literally try it on their hand right there and then, try it on. You've kind of, got their undivided attention. Obviously, I know geography plays a part in that. So, with
Yes.
our relationships that, obviously if they are a little bit further afield, then it's harder. So, video conferencing is still great for that. But I think there's nothing like face to face. And I think what's really helped with the relationships as well, especially with our team, keeping in contact with them, because me and Johnny can't attend every meeting as we can, is because we're constantly innovating as well.
Mhm.
So our team have always got something new to be showing them. So
Mhm.
at least twice a year, if not once a year, they will reach out to our community, to the people, we're still got really good relationships with. And again, they want to come to the table because it's something new. We're not still talking about the same product we launched 10 years ago, whilst everybody loves our original balm and it's our hero, and we'll still always, gift them a tube of that in case they have run out of it. They're not wasting their time just hearing the same old story, same old story. So I do think you do need to innovate as well to grow that. And again, as I said, we started off with one product. We didn't start off with, say, the 20 products that we have now. So over the years, it's been very, well, almost like easy to keep those relationships going because we're bringing out something new. So we've got something new and exciting to talk to them about. So I would say
So on
innovation
that,
and face to face. Yes. Yeah.
in terms of newness, is there anything new coming along that you can share with me?
Yes. We've got 3 new tinted lip oils.
Oh,
So
gorgeous.
yeah, so on the success of our collagen lip oil, which literally we cannot keep in stock, it is just flying off the shelves. And also on the back of the success of our Percy Pig lip oil, which was a tinted lip oil, which again was sold out every time we restocked it. It was selling out. We've done our own tinted lip oil. So we've got 3 colors. We've got Nude Pout, which is the most beautiful nudie mockery color, especially
Oh,
as this year's the Pantone of Mock Mousse. We've got Coral Crush, which again is a much sheerer, glossier coral that's really good on all skin tones. And we've got a brand new shade as well. We've got Berry Kiss as well, which is like a
oh,
really beautiful, deep berry, lip oil, which is a brand new shade for the Dr. PAWPAW family. Even though it's a lip oil, it's still packed full of our natural ingredients. So it's got your pawpaw in there, your aloe vera, your olive oil. So it's not just a lip oil that's going to look good. It's actually doing good and nourishing and hydrating your lips as well, whilst you're wearing it.
oh, they sound divine. Okay, Pauline, time for a little rapid fire game. I love my games at the end of my episodes, I'm
Yeah.
going to throw out some PR scenarios at you, and you have to tell me if you'd go all in by saying PAWPAW or completely pass on it, saying PAWPASS. And of course, give us a quick reason why. Ready?
Yeah.
A celebrity posts about your product without tagging you. PAWPAW or PAWPASS?
PAWPAW. All PR is good PR. As long as we can reshare it afterwards, I don't see it. And again, especially if it wasn't a paid ad, absolutely, PAWPAW will take anything.
Paying for a feature in a top-tier magazine. PAWPAW or PAWPASS?
PAWPASS. I think purely because we've done it organically and I prefer to do it organically.
Okay. Sending PR packages to micro-influencers with under 5,000 followers. PAWPAW or PAWPASS?
Oh, I think I've already said this. PAWPAW. 100%. Yeah. I mean, and again, they could be the big influencers of tomorrow. That's the thing. They're micro now, but watch this space because they might not be in the future.
Oh, definitely. How about partnering with a controversial influencer who has a big following? PAWPAW or PAWPASS?
PAWPASS. PAWPASS. It's just, I think our morals and our ethics are too strong to be associated with somebody that just doesn't follow our values, no matter how many people follow them.
Yeah, I think it's really important.
Yeah.
Pauline, this has been packed with so much value. Thank you for sharing your business and PR journey and insights with me. Before we wrap up, if you had to give just one golden business tip for founders trying to grow their brand, what would it be?
It would be a no today could be a yes tomorrow. We pitched to so many retailers. It took us 6 years to get into Boots.
Wow.
And 4 or 5 pitches that we were told no. So things like that, we've been told no so many times. And then we're like, yeah, okay, you wait. You're not on board now, but just you wait. And then, without stalking them or, harassing them, being persistent, showing them, keep that foot in the door. You never know. You can turn that no today into a yes tomorrow. Especially once if you really listen to their feedback and you take on board why they've said no. Whenever we get a no, we always ask for feedback. And then we go, okay, right. So what do we need to do to improve this? And so then we've done it and then represented to them and proved to them. And then it's turned it into a yes. So I would say keep trying. Keep going. Don't be disheartened just because you get your first or 10 no's. Ask for feedback, and then you never know because it could be a yes tomorrow.
Love that. That's such great advice. Where can listeners find you and the brand?
So we are really readily available across the UK. I mean, online, we're on Amazon as well, which is sort of one of the easiest places to find us. We've also got a lot in Superdrug, which is amazing. They've got all of our Wicked collaborations in there and all of our other ones. We're also available in M&S as well and Oliver Bonus. If you're stuck in a train station and you've got your makeup bag or you need to pick up something, we're in lots of Oliver Bonuses. But also if you're doing your weekly shop, you can find us in Sainsbury's and Tesco's.
Wonderful. And to my listeners, thank you for tuning in. If you love this episode, don't forget to subscribe, share it with a friend who needs to hear these game-changing insights, and or leave a review. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget, if you're ready to elevate your PR game, check out my e-course, PR Like a Boss. It's packed with actionable tips to help you get noticed and stand out. The link is in the show notes. Until next time, go out there, make the headlines, and keep PRing like a boss.